Hello, my friend. Today is a white dog in the dreamspell calendar. The dog represents friendliness, kindness, love, gratitude for life, forgiveness. It represents characters like the friend, the waitress, the runner, the help, the loyalist, and the follower. This is the theme for the coming 2 weeks, these 13 days in which we will be going through these signs. Every day is a new sign in the calendar. And this theme might be coming up today of the friend that might suddenly reach out. Or this old thing that you realize you need to forgive. Or you might feel great gratitude for something. It's also a great day to take that moment to feel gratitude for everything you have in life. It would make a great start of the wave, setting that energy in right. Now, the goal of this wave is White Wind 13, over there. And the wind represents the breath, breathing. We are invited to grow into this wind energy. It is not necessarily about reaching the goal as it is to become more of this wind energy. And so we get to breathe. Breathing helps us to find calmness, helps us to be kind, so that instead of getting frustrated or letting the chaos from the world get into your life, we can breathe. We don't have to let anger or frustration make us an angry person. We can be a friendly person. We can be a kind, loving person. And sometimes this is difficult. That's something this wave can bring up too. Now, the goal of wind is not just about breathing. It's about communicating. How do we communicate with each other? Communicating openly. Communicating from inspiration. What do you want to speak? What words are really at the tip of your tongue? What wants to come out of you? And where might it be important to have a listening ear, like a dog? To be listening to what someone else has to say. To be patient. A dog, you might imagine, sits and patiently waits. In some cases. Now, a dog might also be that follower that waits for orders. And the wind is about leadership, about guidance. And this can be in all kinds of beautiful expressions. We can, with our words, inspire others. We can help guide others. The wind is the father role, the father that guides. And so it is also about communicating with the divine. Communicating with guides, with spirit. Or communicating with humans, which can be just as divine. But guidance can also be something that steers us without us realizing. or something that steers us in directions that we don't really want. So be careful not to become just a follower that follows orders. That's a theme in this way. That guidance, that wind can become authoritarian. At the top of the wave, we find the yellow warrior. And the warrior is about inner leadership, about leading yourself, about stepping into discipline and really going your own way. Really saying, okay, this is who I am, and I don't really care what other people think about it. This is what I believe in, and this is what I'm going to go after. The warrior leads themselves. And the warrior might need to set boundaries, might need to stand up for themselves, or you might feel a calling to stand up for others, for those who cannot stand for themselves. Or maybe you feel powerless. Maybe you feel like you can't stand up. We get to learn that perhaps a friend might come in to help us. Maybe someone else can step into that role of warrior this time. Or maybe we can ask some questions. Why do we feel the need to stand up? Perhaps this is a fight we don't have to fight. Perhaps we don't have to go into this with confrontation. Sometimes we need to simply reflect, take a step back, listen, watch, be patient, be careful. Again, the breath helps us to breathe and find calmness, stillness. It is so important that we breathe consciously, slowly, so that we don't get swept up by the winds and drawn in different directions, but that we can stay with our own inner guidance, that we can move from our own priorities, from what feels right to you. So it is a great time to ask yourself, to get quiet and to ask yourself, what do I feel guided to do? Where is perhaps someone else trying to steer me? And what is really my inner guidance saying? Where do I feel called? What feels right? It is a time for making conscious choices, for being calmly aware of what it is that we're doing. Not running around, but taking decisive action from calmness. And if you don't know what to do, then perhaps don't take action. Wait, listen, be patient. In this wave, we get to learn about the yellow sun, about the blind spot, about what we're not wanting to see. And so you may find that things are revealed to you, things that shock you, things that feel terrible, or things that greatly inspire you. Perhaps someone else's action is inspiring you, or perhaps you are taking action, and without realizing it, you might be inspiring others. It can be scary to take bold action, to go after what your inner guidance is telling you to do. And so this is an energy of stepping into that bravery, having the guts to do it. Speaking out. Speaking what needs to be spoken. But it's okay if you're like, well, I'm not so sure yet. And just wait. Just wait and see. That's up to you, you know. The astrology just shows us the theme. It shows us the possibilities. And we get to see how it works in our own lives and what choices we want to make. It's always about balance. And whatever the balance is in your life, whatever the choice you want to make, I can give you the spectrum of what is relevant right now, what energies might be coming at you, what challenges might be coming, what invitations are there. And then you get to see how it applies to your life, how to work with these energies. Now, of course, if you'd like some help with that, you can book a session. The links are in the description. But otherwise, reflect, think about it. Let this work into you and know that even if you don't think about it that much more, you've heard it, your brain has heard it, it's taking it in, and will move with it. But certainly, taking some time for it can be great, to really align with the energies and to live consciously so that you can move towards the light of your dreams. So, with that said, have a wonderful day and a wonderful 2 weeks. Bye. Oh yeah, I just wanted to add a little personal sharing this morning, actually, no, last night already, how this wave is showing up for me. Because last night after 12, the energy already starts. And just after 12, I heard a voice. And it said, "I am your Pleiadian guide." Which was fun. He said, "My name is Lark." And, well, it's a little new. A few weeks ago, this was kind of announced. I heard a channeler who said, you know, we will be getting more in touch with extraterrestrials and with our guides. And immediately I felt like, yeah, I think there's a Pleiadian there. And I didn't really get into touch in real contact yet. I heard, go and take some time tomorrow to listen. And I forgot. So the day after, I thought about it, and I was like, oh, yeah. And I've tried to make some time here and there, but it's been busy, so I didn't quite make as much time, perhaps, as I should have. But I did, you know, here and there. Not much happened. But now this wave coming up, on dog 1, the day of a friend, someone new came in. I've had guidances before, but not often with a name, not often identified in that way. So it does feel like a friend that came in. And of course, with Wind 13, this is all about communicating and communicating with the divine. This is about channeling. It's about guidance. And I talked about the voice inside. Wow. So that wave really showed up for me last night in this way. And this morning, I felt called to speak, to communicate, to make this video, to do a video version again of the podcast, of the energy update, the waves. Feels good. I've been away for a while, and it's good to be back. You know, the astrology inspires me. I feel inspired again. And the eagle came up. Eagle is at tone 6 here, and It was flying and circling over the house today. I saw it from really up close, and I was hearing it right when I woke up and hearing it throughout the day. I tried to film it, but yeah, I didn't quite manage. It's always pretty far away. Yeah, so this is how this is showing up in my life. Oh yeah, recently, a few days before this wave started, I picked up the solar, not really oven, but my solar cooker again. I haven't put it in the sun yet, but there is a bit of sun shining, so I should probably go do that. And I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind is kind of, giving a nice sound in the background. Um, the wind is active today, so that's nice. So yeah, let me know how it is showing up in your life. I'd love to hear. Is a friend coming in? Are you feeling guided or inspired? Or do you feel like you're being steered somewhere and you don't want to be? Do you feel like you need to set boundaries somewhere? What's going on with you? Well, I think that's all for today. So now I'm really going to say bye. Have a wonderful 2 weeks, and I'll see you next time.